I've always put white diesel in this digger, and it's 15 years old. It may not look the best, but the motor is running brilliant, and I think I've put red diesel once, and you'll have people selling you red diesel sometimes and you don't know simply what's in that red diesel. Sometimes they put water in there, and there's nothing worse in the winter when it's cold and you've got white diesel, a red diesel with water in there. So I've always put white diesel, and good white diesel as well. So important when you're pulling these little mini diggers around that you get your tyres, make sure you've got plenty of air in the tyres, and there's plenty of tread on these tyres. I hardly use the trailer now, simply because years ago I used to do a lot of driveways because I was a Marshall's approved installer, and we did lots and lots of driveways, and more than often we can get the mini digger in some of the gardens. You can get a micro digger, but I can actually dig faster than a micro digger. So I don't pull the trailer around so much. I've had this trailer 14 years now. It's seen better days. It needs a new bed, and sometimes it's best probably just to get a new trailer, because without doubt, if Vosa sees the trailer sometimes and it's looking a bit shabby, though the springs on here are absolutely fantastic. I've got double springs on here, and I've changed the springs over, and there's double springs on each wheel now, so it can take the weight. That's not a problem at all. But you've got to be so careful when you're on the road, and you know, we have not just a legal obligation, but we've got a moral obligation. You know, when we're pulling these things around, we've got to make sure that we're conscientious. There we are, that's that done. New project starting soon, but we've come down this morning to see the customer. Come and have a look and see what it's like. Here we are. As you can see, they've just got this path up the middle, what the developers have left it, small patio over there, patio going round, and they've grassed it, but the gentleman here obviously hasn't cut the grass, so it's all overgrown. So we've been requested to do a large amount of paving, and I believe grass room. We're going to be doing some artificial grass, so we're going to have to liaise with them and bring it all together in a nice design. Let's see how it turns out. He's not a very good cameraman because I've got the sun straight in my eyes, but we're with Helen this morning, who's a very good friend of ours now, and a wonderful customer. We've done a couple of jobs for her before, and where are we today, Al?
My son's house.
There we are. So there you are. If you do a good job, you have a good relationship, and what's your son going to have?
Well, we don't know yet.
She trusts us, that's the thing, it's the important thing.
Artificial grass.
Can I ask you a question? It's so important to me. What do you look for when you're choosing a contractor?
Reliability. Recommendations.
And honesty, isn't it?
Yep.
You know, and that's one of the things that I feel totally comfortable with you, and I wouldn't take advantage of any situation when we're working, as long as we lay out cards on the table and we're honest and factual about things. And I'm coming over here now because we've got dry weather, and if we have to do this in wet weather, the road's going to get in a mess.
Yeah.
Everything gets in a mess, so that's why I've come over here today. So,
Right.
how was the work that we did for you before?
Fabulous.
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 Do you think that if you had a problem, you could rely on us to come back?
Well, we did, didn't we? We had a problem with the drain.
With the drain? We shouldn't have said that. Yeah, we did, didn't we? Yeah.
And you came and sorted
Yeah,
it.
we sorted it out, yeah. That's the important thing.
So, yeah.
Well, there you are. That's the, would you say that's a glowing endorsement?
Of course.
If you look here now, I've started to take off the topsoil, but already I've hit hardcore. That is solid hardcore. It's a recycled product they've brought in, but it's no more than 4 inches under the soil. No wonder the grass was yellowing and not looking very healthy. It's because it's just absolutely solid, and there's nothing for the grass to feed on, and the water's not getting away. So there we are, developers at their best. absolutely wonderful day, fantastic day, nice and dry, and it's Saturday, and our current clients didn't want us down there today. You know, they just got back off holiday, want a bit of peace and quiet. So what it's enabled us to do, we're going to start a job in 2 weeks' time. So what we've done, we've brought the digger down on site, got into the back garden, we've stripped off completely all the soil, and it's ready for collection now on Monday about 3:30, I think it is. So great, fantastic, and that's what it's all about. The machine is making full use of that machine, and you know, it's probably done the work of 10 men, probably even more. So all the muck away on Monday, and once that muck is away, then I'll bring the stone in, because I want to see what's there first. Once you've dug down to that substrate, you want to be clearing off and leveling off before you put your stone down, and put a nice membrane underneath to stop the sub-base ingressing into the substrate. So important. I'll show that on a future video, but progress. I'm back again. First poster that we've printed, the daily grind. So if you want one, you have to give me a shout. And I'm with David here of Office Outlet in Newport, and he's doing a great job. Look at this, first one off the printer.
Off the printer.